Yes.
Yeah, I can see why feminism, the term feminism was needed early on for suffrage, for equal rights and equal pay. And I'm wondering, because it has been so usurped by the left, maybe we could, you were saying the biggest problem now for feminists is to work, in developing countries where, they're still these horrible things. Why can't we just have that be under the guise of human rights? Why do we need to continue with this banner of feminism?
Well, if you look at, because there's still a big problem. There's just simply still a long-standing problem between the sexes, and working that out, and it's not going away. It's an ongoing area of confusion and misinformation and inequity. And in this country, I think that most of the inequities are things of the past. If anything, I see now men being mistreated and treated unfairly, and policies and so forth. But I think that if you look at the developing world, it's very similar to what we've had in the past. We may not want to use the word feminism. It may just be ruined by the eccentricities and the radicalism. People have suggested it should just be peopleism, or as you say, just a human rights movement. But even if it's a human rights movement, there's always going to be a gender dimension to it, and that should not be owned by the left. And many times in recent decades that the left was unable really to help the world fight communism, which was just such a severe threat to human rights. And I don't see them being able to fight the extremes of Sharia law, and they're not stepping up to the plate. It may fall to conservative women's groups, human rights groups. Actually, the mainstream human rights groups are doing a good job, but the women's groups are not entirely absent, but almost. And certainly on the campus, you see nothing like what we saw against apartheid in South Africa. There, the women, all the left was, just mobilized, but they're not doing that for the women in Iran, the women in Saudi Arabia, nothing like that.